Okay, so hello everyone. I think we can get started now. So again, thank you so much for joining the Girls in CS classes. My name is Sanya and I attend Amador Valley High School in Pleasanton, California. I'm also the founder of Girls in CS, a nonprofit organization that aims to provide free, quality computer science education to young girls. Yeah, and I am also holding these classes as part of my Girl Scout Gold Award. So a warm welcome to all the Girl Scouts who were able to join. So for some background, I will be the main teacher in these classes. Christine and Ria are two other instructors who will be available on the chat. So if there are any questions, feel free to unmute and ask, and either me or Kristen or Ria will get to you. One more thing, if everyone's computer is working, I would encourage you all to keep your cameras on during these classes, just so I could see your faces and make it easier to interact. Because as you all have probably learned from online school last year, it's pretty hard to develop any kind of connection over a screen. But if you guys are unable to turn on your camera for some reason, just shoot me a message in the chat and I will check it out. Okay. Yeah, and last thing, if you haven't yet completed the signed code of conduct and the photo release form, I guess please do so by the end of today. I also sent out an updated link for the Discord and the Google Classroom. I think some of those links expired, but just make sure to join those as well. So if you have any questions or any problems completing some tasks, just feel free to ask me in Discord or by email, whatever works better for you guys. But I guess till then, thank you for joining us and welcome to Girls in CS. Okay, so if you can see the slide deck that I shared, just put up a thumbs up. I do sometimes have Zoom issues. Okay, that is great. Great, so we will be starting off with a quick icebreaker so you guys can get to know each other and I can also get to know you guys well. Let me go to the next slide. Yeah, so I guess take some time to read the directions and think of something fun you would like to share with everyone. And then we can get started. And I don't really have a particular order, so I guess I'll just call you guys out one by one. Okay. Yeah, so I think I can go ahead and do that now. Let's see. First up on my screen, Ahana. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, my name's Ahana. My favorite ice cream flavor is orange, and I have a pet fish named Mia.
Wow, great. Good to meet you. What about Annabelle?
Hi, I'm Annabelle, but please call me Anna.
Oh,
I am, well, I have a pet cat named Lily, and I think my favorite ice cream flavor would be vanilla or chocolate. And
yeah, that's great. Thanks. My favorite flavor is also vanilla, for those of you guys wondering, but that's great. How about Adela?
My name is Adela, and my favorite ice cream flavor is it's cookie dough, and it's cookie dough, and sometimes if there is any, sometimes there's chocolate chips in it.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
That's a new one. I've never heard of that.
And I have 7 chickens.
Wow.
Mhm.
Whoa, that is so cool. Chickens, cool. Okay, great to meet you guys. What about Mackin?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I prefer you call me Maggie. And my favorite flavor of ice cream is mint chocolate chip. I really like mint chocolate chip, and I have a cat named Kiko. So yeah.
Nice, great to meet you. Okay, how about Dia?
My name's Dia, and my favorite ice cream flavor is probably chocolate and mango, and I have no pets.
Cool, great to meet you. Okay, what about Brooklyn?
Hi. My favorite ice cream flavor is cookie dough, and I have a dog named Cabot.
Cool, cookie dough's popular. Great. A question? Oh, sorry, was there a question?
What were you asking from us?
Oh, your name, just your name and a favorite ice cream flavor or pet. Any like fun fact, I guess.
My name's Kyrie, and my favorite ice cream flavor is mint chip, like mint chocolate chip. And I have a dog, but he is in Utah with my grandma.
Okay, great. Nice to meet you. Okay, and I think we have one more person. Is it? Sorry if I pronounced this wrong. Ikram?
Yeah, it's Ikam.
Okay, great.
Can I say stuff beside that, or like I have to say?
Yeah, of course. Just any fun fact.
My favorite book's Harry Potter, and my favorite sport is swimming.
Cool. Dude, I love Harry Potter too. But yeah, great to meet you guys. Okay, and Dia, no worries. If your camera doesn't work, that's okay. Thanks for letting us know. Okay, so great job, everyone. So we're gonna cover a few important topics. I guess we'll begin by talking about what computer science is, the real world application of coding or programming, the difference between front end or back end coding, and why it is important to understand the fundamentals of coding. And lastly, we will also go over how we can reduce the gender gap in the technology field. Okay, so we're going to start off with the question, what is computer science? So I guess when was the first time you all heard about computer science? Like from a parent, or when did you first want to learn more about this field?
My sister, when she moved out for college, she was like always interested in computers, and she actually goes to college for computer science. And so I wanted to be like my sister. And so I always like was interested in computers and technology.
Wow, okay. That's great. It's really cool. Yeah, I guess like for me, the first time I heard about computer science was from my parents, because you know their area of expertise is also within computer science. So yeah, I'm pretty sure a few of you have heard of it that way as well. But I guess computer science is nothing but the study of computers and computational systems, which is basically anything that can perform calculations or mathematical operations. And yeah, so computer science is within the overarching field of STEM. Can anyone tell me what the acronym STEM stands for? Yeah, go ahead, Adela.
It stands for science, technology, engineering, and math.
Yeah, correct. Good. Okay, so yeah, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. So computer science is within the STEM field, and within computer science, there are many other subfields you can specialize in. So like this could include study of computer architecture, which is basically like the components of computers and how they are made. There's also robotics and AI, or artificial intelligence. Pretty sure you guys have heard that because it was a pretty big thing like past few years. And then there's also software engineering, which is basically what we're gonna be focusing on. Okay, so I guess that brings us to what is programming or coding? Okay, so first of all, what is a computer? A computer is nothing but a tool for solving problems with data. And equally important, a program is a sequence of instructions that tells a computer how to do a task. Okay, so I have a very, very important question for you guys. And knowing the answer to this is also a prerequisite for this class. Okay, so I hope you guys know your stuff. Okay, I'm gonna choose a random person. Who should I choose? Okay, Ahana, the question is, what is your favorite type of sandwich? I bet you weren't expecting that. Okay, what is your favorite type of sandwich?
Can an ice cream sandwich count?
Oh, wow, that is cool. Okay, ice cream sandwich. Great. So think of a recipe for an ice cream sandwich. So in this model, you are the computer. Making a sandwich is the task that has to be performed by you. And the recipe is the program that tells you, the computer, how to execute the task. But, you know, of course, computers can't understand recipes written on paper. So that's why computers use a programming language to interact with humans. Okay, so that brings us to the next part. What is a programming language? So does anyone have an idea? Like maybe you've heard of some programming languages, or you've done some in school. What are some examples? If you guys know, but we will definitely be going over that.
Is Python and Scratch, are those?
Yeah, definitely. That is exactly correct. And we will actually be doing Python in this class. So yay. But yeah, Python is an example of a programming language. A programming language is literally a language developed to express programs. It's any set of rules that can allow a user to communicate with the computer and output a set of actions. So this part's a bit advanced, but basically all computers have a native or very basic programming language that they understand. And this is commonly referred to as machine code, which is expressed in zeros and ones. And another word for that is binary. Programming languages like the ones you guys said, Python, well, other examples are like Java, C++, but those are what provide a better interface between us, the programmers, and the computer, in the sense that they allow programs to be expressed in a language that's easier for us to understand and can also be translated into the machine code that the computer understands. Okay, so let's understand this in a better way. Okay, so take a look at this picture. Based on what I just said, a problem is given to humans to solve, and then that person creates a set of instructions or a program to create a solution to this problem using a programming language. And the programming language is what allows you to communicate to the computer. So the code written by the person is then converted to machine code or binary, which we said was the code expressed in zeros and ones, in order for the computer to understand it. So from this, the computer is now able to interpret the person's code through the machine code, and it's able to output the solution. Okay, so I guess that brings us to the difference between, next slide, front end and back end programming. Okay, so both front end and back end programming are subcategories of web development. Oh no, my laptop's gonna get slow, just warning you guys. But yeah, so front end and back end programming are subcategories of web development. First of all, web development is the building and maintenance of websites. So it works behind the scenes to make a website look great and also perform well. Web development is divided into two parts, front end and back end development. So when you open a new tab in your browser, type in a URL and press enter. Actually, why don't you guys do that for a second? Just type in like any URL, like girlsincs.org. So when you go there, I'm assuming you guys did. When you go there, you'll see that the site loads instantly. I guess unless you have bad Wi-Fi, but Usually you will love the ultra clean website, well-constructed pages, and impressive visuals. So the people responsible for every part of your experience are called front-end or web developers. Okay, so a deeper dive into front-end programming. Front-end web development is the development of the graphical user interface of a website through the use of mainly HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So the graphical user interface is basically a form of user interface that allows users to interact with devices through icons. So front-end developers basically develop all of the visual aspects of a website. So I guess basically everything you see on the website is developed by front-end developers. There is a very popular saying called like front-end developers always develop with the user in mind. So I guess to explain this, since a front-end developer is the person that develops the visual aspects of a website, they do have to build something that is visually appealing or attractive to the user. So they have to think about what sort of website design would attract a customer and keep them interested. Can take a sip of water. Okay, sorry. Fun fact, as of June 2021, the internet contains more than 1.8 billion websites and counting. So I guess from that, you can tell that websites are now a critical component for any business to stay competitive. Okay, so to illustrate what I mean, I'm gonna put in a link in the chat and I want you guys to check it out. Okay, so click on the link and I'll give you a moment to check that out. Actually, I'm gonna go to it as well. And can you guys hear me okay? Because I know my video is lagging a lot. Oh, are you guys able to see my screen? I just got a message that someone couldn't. You can put like a thumbs up if. Okay, it's all good. Okay, so looking at this website, would you really be interested to look at the services or products they sell? Okay, well, I probably wouldn't. You know, if the website is this, I guess, unappealing, their products maybe too. So like, I guess this is just to show you guys how important having a clear or visually solid website is for your business. So, you know, maybe if it was like better formatted or like more appealing to the user, they would have better better experience on their website. Okay, back to the slides. Okay. I'm just gonna message in the chat. It's very, oh, okay. Yeah, so I guess like a good example of a website would be Amazon. I don't know if you've been there, but they have like a really good strategy to keep customers attracted to their website. That's why like everyone like buys products on there. Yeah. Okay. So the next topic is backend. So pretend you guys are on the Instagram login page, since I feel like that app is very common among middle schoolers, even though I don't have an Instagram. But okay, imagine you are on the Instagram login page and you are being asked to enter in your username and password. Once you're done, you will press the login button and you are logged into your account. But have you guys ever wondered about what happens when you press the blue button? Like, where does all your information go? How does it go? You know, does it just disappear into the black space, or is there like an actual mechanism behind it? Well, of course there is, and this is what is called backend. Okay, so do I have another slide for this? Yes, I do. Okay, I do. Great. Okay, so backend is everything the users don't see and contains the behind-the-scenes activities that occur when performing any action on a website. So the backend of the website is basically a combination of servers and databases. This may be a bit advanced to tell you guys right now, but it's always good to have some background knowledge. But anyway, every website that you see runs on a remote computer called a server. So a server is a remote computer. So to help understand this process better, let's take a look at this image. Did I? Oh, I don't think you guys saw this slide. Okay, but let's take a look at this image. Okay. Give me just a second. Okay. So looking at this image, I guess some key terms I should define. A browser is basically an application that allows you to visit different websites. Does anyone know what are some examples of a browser? I would be impressed if you guys knew. Anyone have an idea? Okay, well, no worries. Examples of browsers include Chrome, Firefox, or Explorer. So those are probably like one of, you're probably using one of those right now to, do all your, I guess, searching, probably like open Zoom on Chrome or something like that. But each one of those things is basically a browser. Okay, so a server is the computer system that receives requests for web-based files, including HTML, CSS, JavaScript, etc., and sends back a response. And lastly, a database is an organized collection of data so that it can be easily accessed and managed. And we will go over an example with this in just a minute. But code written by backend developers basically helps browsers communicate with the databases and store data or read data or update data and delete the data or information from the database. Again, it's totally okay if you don't understand this right now. We will go over it in more depth. But I guess when logging into your Instagram account on your browser, going back to that example, so when you log into your Instagram account on Chrome or Firefox, whatever browser you use, your browser makes a call to the web server with your username and password. And after the server receives a request from the browser, the server checks if the username and password are valid inside the database, which is where all the information about each and every user is stored. So I guess one way you can think of this is like the server is the middleman doing all the retrieving the information, giving the information, and the database stores all the information. So yeah, the database, once it gets that request, it transmits all the information back to the web server, which then gives it to the browser. And depending on the type of information, the browser either allows the user to log in by redirecting them to their profile, or it displays an error saying that the username or password is invalid. So the most common example of backend programming is when you are reading an article or a blog. I guess the fonts, colors, or designs constitute the front end of the web page, while the actual content of the article is obtained from a server and fetched from a database. So that would be the backend part of the application. I guess everything that you don't see. And backend developers, just a side note, they usually use a variety of server-side languages, including Java, Ruby, Node.js, and Python, which we will be learning. Okay, so that brings us to our last topic before we jump into HTML. Let's see. Wow, we are going pretty fast. Okay. Yeah, so our last topic is the gender gap in the field of computer science. It's basically like there are extremely less women in the field versus men. So in a nutshell. Okay, but how many of you guys know of this gender gap? Like, what are some things you have heard and from where, I guess, if you haven't heard anything? Okay, yeah, go ahead, Maggie.
My sister has told me a lot about the gender gap at her school that she goes to.
Yeah, no,
Like,
yeah, it's a really big issue. Yeah, thank you. Actually, I'm surprised that like a few of you guys know of the gender gap. Like in my last class, no one had heard of any sort of gender imbalance. So yeah, it's great that you guys know. It's just, yeah, I guess to put into perspective the urgency of this issue, I have some stats for you guys. Recent research from computerscience.org states that women only earn 18% of computer science bachelor's degrees in the United States. And that means that 82% of these degrees are earned by men. So like, I guess for those of you who may not know, bachelor's degrees just what you got after you complete those 4 years of college. So like only 18% of women graduate with a degree in computer science. Doesn't sound too fair, does it? But yeah, the reason for this, for the fact that there's so much or much fewer women in the computer science field than men, according to like a Google Gallup report survey, they said that when young girls lack exposure to computer science at an early age, they miss out on a series of potential career paths long term, and hence miss out on these higher paying jobs. So a little background here actually. Salaries in the tech careers can range from $75,000 to $300,000, depending on years of experience. And to put this into perspective, the average US salary is about $56,000. So I guess it's a bonus, guys. High paying job. Okay. Anyway, so now that you all know that computer science is a male-dominated field, you know, I think we should take our share of those jobs and close the gender gap. So, you know, that's the goal of my these classes that I'm holding through GoCodeCS. I hope to teach you all the basics of coding and hopefully inspire you to think about computer science as a potential interest or even career path. You never know. Okay. So that's just a bit some background. But moving on to the curriculum. Okay, yeah. So we will be starting off with front-end development, so HTML and CSS, and then we will be doing back-end development with Python. Okay, I guess I forgot to ask, but does anyone have any questions? The more important stuff starts now, but yeah, just want to make sure I'm not missing anything.